What's up, everybody? Welcome to Abuse for Build cost breakdown on the 240Z. In today's episode, I'm going to tell you how much everything costs, and you may be surprised. I was. Alright guys, pardon me, I have to have my list of notes so I don't mess up any prices here, but and it's freezing outside. I don't know why we decided to do this all outside. I just thought a change of scenery would be nice. We're out on our first real drive of the car. It's been exciting, to say the least. By far the fastest car I've ever driven in. Super scary. It scares me. Alright, but so to get started with this build, we had to get a parts car. So you guys obviously know that we had the S85 engine that we wanted to pull out of an M5. And I wanted the rear differentials as well, the rear subframe, the front subframe, and all the suspension that went along with it. So I went ahead and bought an M5. That M5 at auction, I paid a premium for a 100,000 mile M5, which sucked, but it cost me $11,500. Plus we had to ship it to the shop. That cost $1,300. Car's covered. If anybody's wondering how we're gonna do the price breakdown, I'm gonna list the price that it would cost for everybody to get. So even if it was a sponsored part, I'm just gonna say how much it would have cost, even though it probably didn't cost me exactly that amount. That way you know how much it would cost you to build this car, not for me to do it again. So once we had the M5 body delivered, it was time to find the 240Z shell. Our original 240Z shell was perfect for what we needed. It had like no rust, it came with some of the things that we needed, and it had a lot of body panels that we ended up using almost none of them. But that car cost me $1,200 because it had no engine. It was a good deal. So we got that for $1,200. Cops are here. And the cops are stopping. And the cops are turning around. This episode might have got a lot worse. Maybe they just like BS for Build. Probably not.
Probably just fans.
Well guys, this could get interesting. Hey guys.
Is that a yes?
Well, no, keep recording.
Hi, so we had a complaint of you guys driving up and down Bennett here. Do you have a temporary plate or anything for that?
Okay, so this is where it gets really sticky. I don't. I want to go to the DMV.
Well, I'll have to look that one up because
Okay,
I don't know for myself. And,
I understand. Thank you guys. All right, cops were super cool. Turns out our no registration law holds up. We're solid good there. They didn't actually know about it, but they believed me on it, so that's pretty cool. They were really nice. Luckily, we were not speeding while we were driving up and down this road, so we did not get in any trouble for that. But we are apparently on private property, so we're gonna work our way through this, and then we're gonna get out of here. Let's see. Okay, so once we got the M5 here, once we got the M5 to the shop, we needed to test if the engine would run. So we did an oil change. Cost of that oil change was $100. While that was going on in the background, I was ordering the metal for our tube frame chassis that ended up being pretty much a gigantic failure, and we ended up buying all the metal over again. But the metal for that was $750 for a tube frame chassis kit for the 240Z. And then we got in the crazy car accident that I didn't get into, but anyways, a tow truck driver sent my Mercedes sailing into the 240Z body, and then it sailed that through the garage door into the M5 and destroyed the 240Z body, and of course we had to get another one. So then we were able to find another one that was just a body with no engine, everything that we needed, and that was only $1,500. Which leads us to our sponsor for this episode, Auto Tempest. It was hard as hell to find the two car bodies that we needed at a decent price. At the time, 240Zs were at a premium, and I don't think I could have done it without Auto Tempest. It's not only an amazing site that I use all the time, but they're also a huge supporter of this build. So if you're like me and you're always looking for cars, just go to autotempest.com, select the car that you're looking for, and with one click you can browse through eBay, cars.com, Car Gurus, and a lot more. Good cars can be really hard to find, and cars like these that I need in very specific shape can be super hard to find, but Auto Tempest can help you do it and stay up to date with the marketplace and find out what's available at all times. So guys, click the link in the description, head over to Auto Tempest, start browsing now, find your next car using Auto Tempest. And Auto Tempest, from me to you, thank you so much for all the support on this build. Now, back down to the price breakdown. So after we had our bodies and we got the second body ready, we had to get the frame and all the roll cage and stuff done. And then, so to do that, we needed to use a lot of metal supplies. So we actually, this is the only number that I've kind of roughed. I know that we spent, I have records of about $1,200, but I'm gonna say we spent about $800 more. We spent about $2,000 on metal supplies for things like the roll cage, for the frame, for our front tube frame chassis, all that good stuff. We had to downsize the brakes and calipers to be able to fit them inside our smaller wheels so they didn't look ridiculous. So the small brakes and calipers were, rotors are $100 and calipers were $150. We bought this Rocket Bunny kit. That's not really Rocket Bunny. Okay, let's go over here to the Rocket Bunny. We bought this Rocket Bunny kit. It included the 2 front fenders, the front bumper, 2 rear fenders that we never used because I didn't like the look of them, and the rear little lip there. That was $4,100, one of the most expensive parts on this build besides the parts car. The fuel cell we got for free from a fan. I can't remember your name. I think it was Bobby. Thank you so much for that. Drive shaft modifications, that was $320 for the drive shaft mods. Exhaust manifolds, I actually had to buy the exhaust manifolds that go from the engine down to here so we could modify them and build the exhaust the rest of the way. That was $540. The velocity stacks, these lovely babies up here, up front, we needed 10 of them, and they're not actually that cheap. That was $1,000. In the back, we don't run mufflers, we're just using resonators, so the vibrant resonators ran us $196. Then the rest of the stainless steel that we needed for the bends and the straights for the exhaust system, that was $340. We had to buy a couple of these fenders because we had some bummer luck with those fenders. So those fenders were $250. We had to buy a replacement door. I believe it was this door. It was the old orange door. That was $200. We have aero latch head pins. That was $65. We used a lot of seam sealer on this build to seam seal it all up. So why I'm smelling exhaust in the car, I have no idea why. Anyways, seam sealer is $60. Body filler is another $60. Paint round 1 was $200. Painting for the interior was $80. That's all our roll cage and our black trim and all that good stuff there. Paint round 2 was another $100. That was the better version of primer. Wrap, this beautiful wrap right here, and some of the black wrap that we used around was $1,300. But get this, guys, there's some leftover wrap, and we are gonna print blue BS for Build decals. You can find them on our site right now, right, Chelsea? They're gonna be all done by now? Yeah, they're on our site right now. So go over there if you guys wanna get some of the actual wrap that was used on this car, because we have some left over. So when we're out of wrap, we're out of decals. But, so they're limited time, I guess. Very special, actual wrap used on this car, decals. Maybe we'll make back some of that $1,300 we spent on wrap. New rod bearings and rod bolts was $435. After we did that, we had to do another oil change. That was another $100. New radiator fan, no, new radiator actually was only $75 because I bought it used. The new fan shroud was $190. Headlights, our wonderful, wonderful headlights that we got right here. I actually love the look of these headlights. We just found these on eBay and they were $170. We had to buy a new windshield. This windshield here was $300. The car is on air suspension that you guys have seen from D2. D2, thanks for the hookup. That was $1,100. Koenig hooked us up with these wheels. These wheels retail for about $680. These are the Koenig Hypergrams, and we did 17s in the front and 18s in the back. I'm hanging on to them because they're nice and warm after the driving. It's freezing out here. Nitto hooked us up with some tires, but I looked at how much these would be. These are $665 for a set of Nitto tires. Thanks again, Nitto, for that. We've got Kirky seats. We bought those retail. These seats with the seat covers only $440. And then the harness, $190 for a Takata Drift 3 harness. So, parts for this car came out to $31,445 to buy all the parts for this car. That's everything that we just talked about. And that's not the end of the story though. So it's not a $31,000 car, I really wish it was, but there's some other stuff involved, which is labor. This is the first build that we've ever done with other people. And I was super happy to have everybody on board that worked on this build, but it did not come out cheap. And this is why this is the most expensive build that BS for Build has ever done, by more than double. Labor for this build costs in total $16,881 for the help that we got on this build. It's the most expensive car I own. I need to call the insurance company and let them know it's worth a little bit more money than I thought. That's pretty crazy. That's not counting my labor. That's just the people that we hired to work on the build with us. If you want to just put the little cherry on the top, shipping to and from SEMA, which is totally optional, is about $2,700, which makes it a $50,000 car. We have a $50,000 47-year-old Datsun with a giant engine in it. And I'd say it's worth it. After driving it out here, I can definitely tell you that it's the fastest car I've ever been in. I got a 450 wheel horsepower BRZ, so something's going right there. And I mean, what else can you buy? At 50,000 bucks, you can buy a used Ferrari, like a 360. This thing would smoke that. I don't know. I think it's a pretty good buy for 50,000 bucks. Considering I got to put all the work into it, the creativity, and have it all come out exactly like I wanted, it's a good enough price for me. All right, guys. Well, that's how much the car cost. It's getting dark. I need a beer. I'm gonna get out of here. Our next episode is gonna be the season finale. It's the time lapse of how everything came together with this build. It is really amazing to see it come from something like this to what it is today. I hope you guys watch it. I hope you enjoy it. If you are on our Facebook page, I'm gonna post it on there, guys. Please share that. Sometimes these videos go really big on there, and that would be really cool. So thank you guys so much. Thanks for watching. Such a cool feeling to have this thing out here. So cool that the cops were nice to us. Thanks, guys. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow. Peace!